Hi everyone. In this video, I figured I just want to give you guys an update on what I've been up to lately and as well as my future plans. Right now, I'm in a very awkward stage as I've just recently graduated and I'm still waiting for my results, which is the A-level exam that I set for during June. And right now, I am facing yet another difficult decision that has to be made as soon as possible. I kind of feel bad for not making this decision earlier because it should have been a decision that should have been made very early. But here we are. So I've just set for my A-level exam. I set for maths, further maths and economics. Maths was completed during my first year, and further mathematics and economics is completed during my second year. So I'm still waiting for the results of economics and further mathematics. As you might already know, I am planning to reapply to the universities that I want to attend again. Right now, it's about the subject. I have already a list of universities that I want to apply to. And I've already decided on it since a long time ago. But recently, it occurred to me that my plans might be changed for the better. I've actually discussed this with my friends and families and asked them what they think. And I sort of made a decision as of now. But just figured I want to share with you and maybe ask you what you think about it and get your opinion on it. So this decision is made between applying to study law or to study economics. Now, when I first attended A-level college, my choice was between law and computer science. Now I'm choosing between both of them, and at last I chose to apply for undergraduate law. And I applied to 5 universities in the UK, and I ended up having to reapply again because my results were not satisfactory, and I figured I should take a gap year to sort of sort out my finances and to apply again and see if I get another chance at Oxbridge. This time, I'm thinking about applying to Cambridge and a few London universities, as well as universities in the US and in Malaysia, in Singapore, and other places as well. I am waiting for my A-level results, and as well as in the process of uh, finishing up my personal statements as well as the admission stuff, because I'm pretty sure I would apply to universities again this year in 2024 cycle. The reason I have to make this choice between economics and law is that I realized my subject combination, which is maths, further maths and economics, would be the perfect fit for studying economics at the undergraduate level. My subject combination was already fixed as soon as I entered the college because that was the decision that I made upon entering the A-level college and started studying it. It was a very bad idea, my subject combination, due to the fact that I actually got rejected by LSE for my subject combination, which is not suited for law. I am faced with an uncomfortable situation where I have to sit for the fourth A-level subject, which is history, which brings up a lot of subsequent problems. For example, I have already established a pathway to sit for the history exam, and I don't mind paying the fees for having to sit the fourth subject. But the problem lies in the fact that Cambridge and Oxford has an earlier deadline for applications. So this resulted in me having to use a predicted result to apply to Cambridge when the time comes. This predicted grade is very difficult for me to attain considering the fact that I only decided to start studying for history in around May, and it's very difficult for me to get a private tutor. So right now, I haven't even got a private tutor that would agree to do my subject report and predicted grades yet. But my uh, law application, a huge part of the emphasis lies with the fourth history subject, which is by far still an uncertainty. If I applied to for the economics degree, it would be much easier for me because the emphasis will now be laid on the three subjects that I've already set for and quite confident in. With economics, I'm less reliant on history. My A-level subjects are more suited, and I don't have to sit for LNET. Now, LNET was an exam that I did quite badly last time. I made a reaction video on this channel, and you can see it. It's not ideal, and I actually got rejected by uh, Kings for the poor results on LNET. If I am to sit for the exam again, I'm pretty sure I would be able to get better grades than the last time. But it is still very uncertain when it comes to the LNET exam, which is some say quite unfair to some people. But I'm pretty sure I could do better this time. Still, it's a weak link in my application. If I choose to pursue economics, I could get around LNET. I have more university options as well. So if I applied for law, I can only apply to Cambridge, LSE, King's, and UCL will not be an option because UCL actually said that you need to sit for all your A levels under the same sitting, which is a problem for me. And I could not apply to Imperial as well. But if I choose to pursue economics, I could apply to each of them, all the five universities: Imperial, Cambridge, LSE, UCL, and King's. So that would be the ideal combination. I have two more options that I can apply to. So this would also mean that I stand a higher possibility of getting a scholarship because of the high cost of living and the high tuition fee for international students, as well as the um, flight tickets and all the other expenses, which would make it very costly to study in the UK. It would be better if I have a higher chance of getting a scholarship, which would be the case if I choose to pursue economics instead of law. These are the advantages of me choosing economics over law. Now let's talk about the bad side of me making that decision. First of all, I will be very honest uh, to the fact that I like law as a subject more than I do economics. The reason for that is that economics is very maths reliant, and for example, the econometrics part of it. So it will involve higher mathematics, which I am reasonably good at, but not very interested in. Now, law is a more vibrant subject for me, and it's more interesting, and it would be more relevant to my life in some ways. Not to say that I do not like economics, I absolutely enjoyed it. I took it as an A-level subject, and I love the subject. But I just want to try something new and something that I would potentially like in the future. Second thing is that if I applied for economics this time, I will not have any experience. I would lose a lot of support because all my past contacts, my friends, and uh, the university relations and the seniors that I have already contacted are all law students, and they might not be able to give me the same support if I am to apply to economics this time. I will need to draft a brand new personal statement, which in itself is a very difficult feat considering the short time frame that I have. And I have also not set for PMUA, which is the test of mathematics for uh, university application, something like that, university admission. Now that's a mathematical test. I do not know how hard or simple it is. If you have set for it, you could comment in the section below, and I would really appreciate it. But I have not set for PMUA, but I set for LNET, so I know what to expect. I have experience in law application, and it would be easier for me to just stick with law. And the next thing is that I've done a lot of readings on law because I did the application last time than I did for economics. Now I've taken A level economics as an A level subject, so I would be able to get myself up to do a lot of economics reading. That would be possible, but it would take up a lot of my time. because to do such extensive reading on economics might lead to me sacrificing some of my time for A-level history as well as to do the SAT test. My ECAs, which are my extracurricular activities, are also more suited to for law application because the reason I handpicked these activities, they are designed for me to pursue a career in law, and therefore my ECAs are more linked to a law application than it is to for an economics application. All in all, due to my ECAs, due to the reading, due to a stronger interest for law, and due to me having experience in law application but not economics application, it would be much easier for me to stick with the law plan. Because I'll list down a few of my current ECAs, which is the Law Society, Student Council, debating, and a few of maths competition, as well as the outreach program which I'm going to attend. For Law Society and debating, I think that's quite clear that is more beneficial for law application than it is for economics. That's for the ECA's part. Now, I'll list a couple more examples of why economics is a worse idea. Just to name a few, to apply for an economics course in Cambridge would require you to have higher grades requirement. So for economics, it's A star, A star, A, and for law, it's A star, A, A. Now, of course, this is just theoretically, because if you look at their past record, Cambridge applicants usually have 96% and above on average for their three A-level subjects. Is that possible? Yes, but quite unlikely because 96% and above is a very high score. It will be quite difficult to attain such a UMS. For law, it could be slightly lower, although I do not know the exact figure. I can always check, but I am reasonably confident that the UMS score required for law applicants is lower. And the next thing is that there will be more candidates that would apply for economics course than it is for law. And therefore that results in lower acceptance rate, and it has always been the case. So for economics it's 11% and for law it's 14%. Assuming it's chosen at random, which is not, but so just to get a perspective here. So it's definitely, it might be harder for me to get into Cambridge to study economics than it is for me to study law. But for LSE, UCL, King's, and Imperial, me choosing economics would be a better option. Those are the sort of picture, the cost benefit analysis that I've done to make this decision. Now, ultimately, my choice for now is to stick with my original plan, which is to pursue undergraduate law. The reason for this is multidimensional. So first of all, I have not the time to prepare a new business statement and to do such extensive reading, as well as to get more new ECA to facilitate my application process. Meanwhile, me having a stronger interest in law and as well as the higher chances of getting into Cambridge with a slightly lower UMS score would make law application a much attractive alternative. Although I am sacrificing Imperial and UCL by the decision that I make to pursue law, I think it's a good trade-off because I need to maximize my chances of Oxbridge because I see it as an important milestone that I want to achieve in my life. Yeah, so that's the decision I've made, and feel free to comment and tell me what you think. So this is uh that's it for this video, and I hope that if you have any ideas or opinions, feel free to let me know, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.